These are our classrooms, and the state has just allowed us to go up from 8th grade to 12th grade. So you can see the wood over here that where pastor and his workers are making benches and making tables so that we can put the high school in here. This was right here, the school office. We've now moved it into here. We've got the generator going. We've actually got not only electricity, but we've got a little air conditioning unit that the teachers and stuff can come in there and get taken care of. And so we need to fix up these classrooms. We need tables, we need desks, we need chairs. And we're just going to believe God to speak to you about it. We've gone from 4th grade to 6th grade to 8th grade, now the high school. But here's the thing we want to do is when these, our concern was when they got out of 6th grade, what would happen? Then we went to 8th grade. They got to 8th grade, what would they happen? Now we can put them in high school up to 12th grade. But these little guys, I need to get down, she's wearing me out. You saw these little guys here, you saw little girls in there that are like 14 years old, 15 years old. The question is, what will happen to them after this? Now, we'll take care of them, but what about a livelihood? You can imagine if a beautiful young girl has no future, you can imagine what's going to happen, right? Pastor was just talking to me, and he said, what if we got right here a trade school where these kids could learn a trade? These little girls could learn a trade. These young men could learn a trade. That after high school, we could teach them computers. Can you imagine? We've gone from no electricity, no water to, could we get them computers? Could we give them a trade class for computers? Could we teach the young boys plumbing, to be an electrician? Could we give them a livelihood? Not just to say, well, we took care of you for a while, but you're our family forever. I have to think that that's what God did when he took us in. He said, I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you. And guys, I have to be honest with you, that's what we've told these kids. And we didn't know what we were going to do. And then God kept opening the door, 6th grade, 8th grade, now 12th grade. And I said to Pastor just now, what next? He said, what about a trade school? We've got enough room on this compound to put some more buildings up for trade school. I'm going to believe God to speak to you. Before we even know how much it's going to cost or what, I'm going to believe God to speak to you and say, Pastor Larry, here's an offering. Get it going. Here's enough to buy a computer. We've got to hire some teachers. Lauren and Tanya just told us that we need an English teacher. We could teach them English. $600 for an English teacher to teach all of our kids English for every year. Somebody, God's speaking to you right now for that $600. Just as Jesus said, I'll never leave you or forsake you. That's what we're telling her. We'll never leave you or forsake you. God will show the way. Pray and let God speak to you. There's some of you could say, Pastor, here's a check for $1,000, $10,000. Here's a check for $100,000. Build the complex. And if we could do that, these kids are taken care of until Jesus comes. Amen.